Sup guys, here today through JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders episode 24 review, right? And this is a season finale episode because at the end of this episode, it was shown and announced that the Egypt arc, or rather I should say, the Egypt arc will continue January 2015. So they're taking a break now and then they'll resume January 2015, the series will resume. So Jotaro and his company are finally in Egypt, right? It took them the entire season, right? This entire season to get there. They're fighting Dio minions all over the place. But overall, I believe it was a good season of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure this season, and especially this fight. They finally they really got rid of that last stand user that was preventing him from reaching Egypt, which is Rose, the High Empress. And she out of all of them, right? This was very funny and kind of ironic in a sense, right? She said that in this episode that she had a thing for Jotaro. So if they had met under different circumstances, then things would be different between them. But because they are enemies in this case, and the funny thing is, Polnareff told him some info that he should say that he wanted to see her face so that she would fall for that, and it seemed like she did, but really and truly she knew all along that they were just pulling her legs, that they didn't mean any of it, and they all got pretty much they got some beating for that with her tongue, right? The stand user on the tongue. So this stand user apparently it can Rose and her stand, apparently it wasn't just able to transform into glass and metal, but given the fact that the seabed is made up of minerals, it was able to transform its body into this gigantic rock-like face, and it tricked them into thinking that it was just a part of the ocean floor, but really it was just the rock face. And they got trapped inside the stand's mouth for a while. But out of all of it, Jotaro and his stand, Star Platinum, is the one that makes them prevail. He basically, even though the stand's teeth are as hard as diamond, because again, right, it uses the minerals that are around it, so its teeth are as hard as minerals. But Jotaro stand, or rather I should say, Jotaro and his stand, they had no problem overpowering it. Really, he had no problem overpowering it in this regard. He pretty much busted out all of his stand teeth and defeated it in that way. So when they did get to the shore, because whatever damage you inflict on a stand, it gets reflected back to the human's body. When they got on the shore and they saw this woman lying, defeated, and probably she did sound like an attractive person, but because all of her teeth got busted out, she must have looked pretty gruesome in that moment. So Polnareff went over to look, and he was like, "No, nobody come over to look." Her teeth are busted out, so it doesn't make sense at this point, even though she did have a nice appealing figure. But overall, in this episode they even show the flashbacks of all the struggles that they've been through, all the fights that they've been through from the beginning, all the areas that they went to. You guys have some synopsis. And upon reaching Egypt, right, we finally get to see Dio, this dude that we haven't seen in ages, right? We haven't seen him for a long while now. We saw him early in the very early episodes, but we didn't get to see him for the longest while. We finally get to see him, and he's saying that he got used to his new body. He got used to his powers in that time. Well, it's not just him, but the other guys as well, Jotaro included. Everyone has gotten, or at least has shown off their abilities, in a sense that all these challenges that they faced have made them more adept to their stand user abilities. So it's likewise, right? It's not just for him, it's for Jotaro and his group as well. So he's saying that he got used to his abilities, he got used to his powers, and he knows that they are now in Egypt, so he's probably looking forward to that fight. Everyone's looking forward to that fight. So overall, this episode was another good episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. We even get to see a scene with this dude looking through the window, looking at some people in cloaks walking by, except all of a sudden we see this dude from behind just come up with this stand user and just pretty much rips the guy head off. I think it was Dio. I mean, that was pretty insane. So there are still some strong stand users out there, that's without a doubt, right? Dio is still out there. So I'm looking forward to see how this all goes down. Holly is still sick, and the funny thing is Susie, which is Jotaro's grandmother, she knows about the whole situations, but she's telling she told Jotaro that because she knows that both he and his grandfather Jonathan are both working together, she knows that they'll prevail. So she, in a sense, gives them her blessing, tells them to continue going forward and basically tell them to hope for the best. Overall, as I said, this was another good episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So I won't be doing any more JoJo's Bizarre Adventure anime reviews for a while until the series resumes in January 2015 when that time comes. But overall, I've had a blast reviewing this series so far. There's been a lot of intense, critical moments in this series, funny moments, crazy moments, right? I believe that this series was a very good series thus far, and it will continue to be as good as, if not better, next season when that next arc begins to air again. So overall, that's it. That's my review. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe. Sayonara.